Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. I am Shantae Grant, and today we're going to talk about something that I recently did at home and some lessons that I have learned from it. So as most of you likely know, I find life lessons just about everywhere. And recently, and by recently, I mean literally within the last 2 weeks, I cleaned out my garage to make space for a new bike and really just to kind of turn a portion of the garage into my own personal gym. And it is fantastic. If you follow me on social media, and by social media, I mean Instagram, because that's the only place on social media where I am at the moment. You've likely seen the little quarter of my garage that I have turned into a gym, and I love it so much. It is simple. It has everything I need. It has my yoga blocks, my strap, my weights, my bike, and my workout space. But that's not what this podcast episode is about. It's not about what I've done with the gym. It's about the lessons that I learned from it. So I have 3 lessons for you today. Is it 3? Let me check my notes. Yes, I have 3 lessons for you, but let's just talk about it first. So ended up deciding that I'm going to turn a portion of my garage into a gym. So first we had to go in and clear it out. The garage, only half of it was filled with stuff where it's like, let's go in and just discover what's there, right? So half of it was filled with boxes that were never opened from when we moved. And so I forgot it was there. I found a box marked nursery that had basically like brand new baby carriers. And I remember buying new ones when I had my son, and lo and behold, I had brand new ones downstairs in a box marked nursery. Clearly, I guess we left it in the garage thinking we'll use that whenever we need a nursery, and just forgot that it was there, never put it in an actual room. So essentially all that stuff just clearly I don't need anything for a nursery, and I didn't feel comfortable giving it to someone else. A lot of the blankets and things like that, I would have used it for myself, and onesies that were clean, I would have used it for myself. So anyway, needless to say, that got rid of all that, but found things that fell in that category of, oh, this was down here. There's also things that I thought I might need, but we didn't. There were also just things like an old coffee table that I think my thought was, I'll hold this here. Someone I know may need a coffee table, and I'll give it to them. Mind you, this has been sitting in the garage for over 6 years. And so just stuff, our old beautiful Pottery Barn rug that was in our first home, our old home, but not there wasn't a space for it here. Basically, there was just stuff. And 99% of what was in there was given away, donated, or taken straight to the dump. We actually had to purchase a U-Haul truck, like a smaller U-Haul truck, like the kind you'd move like a 1-bedroom studio, but still U-Haul truck nevertheless, to take to the dump. And now that space is nice and clean, and it's my gym where I can go and have a dedicated space to work out on my new bike and my mats without having to float around the house based on the time or the day, which is what I have been doing, depending on if school's in, because we're doing virtual school, and just now there's a dedicated space. Remember, I talked about that in the last, I think, episode where I talked about when you work from home, having that dedicated space, that matters so much. And so now I have this dedicated space that is mine, that is perfect. I love it so much. And it was a space that had been there all along, and I didn't realize it until I saw someone else working out in their garage. And maybe I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, light bulb. She had a tread. That's what it was. Her treadmill was in the garage. And I was thinking, I never thought about the garage. It's mostly wasted space because we didn't use it for parking because there were so many other things in there. And once I went in and there, the things that did need to stay, they could go up on the walls, and we realized, oh, we have storage. There were like these wall units on the wall that never were used by us. These little clips you can hang brooms and things on. So everything now has a home in the garage. And of course, from that, I got some life lessons that I think we can apply in our day to day. So I want to share those lessons with you. The 3 lessons that we can all take that I have thought about as I thought about this whole cleaning out the garage experience. So cleaning out the garage, I will also say it was 3 days. I specifically and intentionally planned it to not take a lot of time, and there was a complete 360 or 180 from day 1 to day 3, from being full of stuff to stuff gone, stuff being taken to its final resting place, and the new stuff being put in. So here are the 3 lessons for you that I have learned just from cleaning out my garage. The first one is kind of a really literal lesson. The other 2 are more figurative. But the first one is just clean up. Clean up. Get rid of things that are taking up physical space in your home and in your life. There are better uses for those spaces that are going to aid in your mental, emotional, physical well-being, maybe even financial well-being, for you and your family. You know, I made a plan, like I said, a 3-day plan. Day 1 was emptying out and cleaning out the garage. So taking everything and pulling it out, sweeping it out. Day 2 was sorting what was now had been pulled out, what goes back in, and then what kind of triaging, what's donate, what's throw away, what's give. I put a pile at the top of our driveway and put a note in our Facebook group in the neighborhood, said, hey, all the stuff you see at the top of our driveway, if you want it, come get it. Xbox games, all kind of random things. And people came and got a lot of those things. So that was day 2. And day 3 was loading the U-Haul truck, ridding the U-Haul truck, loading it and taking it out to the city dump, which was about 35 minutes away, and throwing everything. That's literally what we did. I got on the back of a U-Haul truck and we tossed it into these huge bins, like garbage, huge things, kind of like you see on home construction video, TV shows. Just dumped it all there and then returned the truck. And then literally as I pulled into my driveway from the dump, the truck came with my new bike. So it was pretty much like clockwork. But that was a 3-day plan, right? I didn't let this become a thing I had to sit and mull over forever. I made the decision about a week before. 1 week before, I said, I'm going to buy a bike. I bought the bike and I said, I'm going to clean the garage. I had the bike was delivered within less than a week of me ordering it, I want to say, or about a week of me ordering it. So I came up with a plan for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or was it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Because the bike came on a Tuesday. And we got it done. Okay. So the lesson, first one, clean up, get rid of stuff, create a plan. And if you need help with creating a plan about cleaning when it comes to your home, I want you to go to cleanoneroom.com. We will also link it in this week's show notes at besttodayguide.com/41. But cleanoneroom.com is our Clean One Room program that teaches you how to clean one room at a time and create a reset routine around it. I use the methods, the steps from Clean One Room and getting that done. And like I said, it went from a garage full, a U-Haul truck. We filled a U-Haul truck. So it was stuff in that garage. And that was just half of the garage because the other half was fine. The other half has a car in there. So cleanoneroom.com. And if you need help with how to create and execute a plan, that's what you want is plans to be done. You like my title? They're very catchy. 3 words gets you to the point. That program teaches you how to create and complete your plans without procrastination and perfectionism, just like getting it done. You saw how this is my plan, made the plan and got it done, right? And when you get Plans Be Done, the online program, make sure you get the accompanying Plans Be Done planning pad to go along with it. So here's the thing I want you to understand. When I talk about cleaning up, it's not just like, oh, just go in your room or your bathroom and clean it up. But do you have a place in your home like our garage that has stuff just sitting there? You don't even know what's in there. There were things, pictures from high school. Like there were so many things in the garage and it was only in half a spot. And it really wasn't. I'm probably exaggerating, but it felt like so much to me because I'm such an intentional person about the things that come in my home. So to me, it was kind of like, I can't believe I forgot all this stuff that was out here. Boxes, maybe like 3 boxes of, like I said, nursery things, of photos, of pictures that were on the wall. We had a wall gallery in our old home. We have actually not put much of anything on the walls here. So there was like a box that had all these pictures from travels and things with friends and birthdays that I had completely forgotten all about. 6 years, right? They just sat there in the garage. So where are those places in your home? At Best Today, we exist to help women just like you be your best one today at a time. So each week on the podcast, we are going to highlight your stories and your voices. So let's see what's in the inbox today. Today's message comes from Megan, who left us a fantastic review of the Best Today Guide. And Megan says, amazing. It's literally the only planner or journal I've ever kept up on. I love that I'm journaling along with setting out my day. Work no longer piles up without me realizing it because every day now I know what is ahead of me. The self-destructive habits section has allowed me to drop excuses and do the work. She put a word in between the and work, but the bleep work. I love my BTG, which BTG stands for Best Today Guide. Love Megan. Megan, thank you so much. We love hearing your enthusiasm, your excitement, but most importantly, the results that you are seeing in your real life from using the Best Today Guide. If you want to join Megan and the thousands of women across the globe who understand how imperative it is to be proactive and intentional with your time and have learned how to do so in a way that really works for your life through the Best Today Guide, a way that prioritizes you, your health, self-love, self-awareness, then my friends, you want to go to besttodayguide.com right now to order yours. You can also see on besttodayguide.com reviews, video reviews, audio reviews of the Best Today Guide. You can see inside of the Best Today Guide. We even have a quiz to help you determine if the Best Today Guide is the best first product for you to use. Everything you need can be found at besttodayguide.com. So go right now to besttodayguide.com and order the Best Today Guide or take our quiz and see what's the best product for you to get started with. But all of that takes place with you moving those fingers over to besttodayguide.com. So head on over there now. You can pause the podcast, go do what you need to do on besttodayguide.com, then come back and finish listening or listen while you shop. I cracked myself up. All right, besttodayguide.com. And then I want you to think about this. I want you to do an intention check around your home, around your schedule, around your commitments, around your responsibilities. We're going to do an intention check. Does anything need to go to the dump? Meaning, is there stuff you need to just completely eliminate and remove from your life? Get rid of it. So literally, do you have stuff around your house you need to take to the dump? But also, we're talking now figuratively about things you're doing in your schedule, in your home, your commitments, your responsibilities. Are there things what needs to be donated, which means what needs to be given to someone else? You relinquish it. What are those things? Physical things. And then also when you're thinking about your schedule, your commitments, your responsibilities. And then what are the things that need to be cleaned up and put to use where it belongs? Again, literally and figuratively. That's what I want you to take from this first lesson. Is I want you to do an intention check around your home, around your schedule, around your commitments, your responsibilities. What needs to go to dump? What needs to be donated? And what needs to be cleaned up and put to use where it actually belongs? So that's the first lesson. The second is, and it relates to the first one and what I was saying, which is, where are the wasted spaces in your life, physical or otherwise? So for me, one of the wasted spaces was that garage. For 6 years, I've been saying for so long, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself with my notes, but I've been saying for so long, our next house, I have to have a place where I can have a gym. I want to have a place for a gym. I want to have a place for a gym. I want to have a dedicated place to work out. And it was here all along, right? Where are the things, or where are the places where you've let things just sit or be the way that they are and they've become complacent, whether again, physical spaces in your home, but also in your life. Where are those places that aren't directly they're not directly and immediately harming you in a way you can see every day, but they're taking up space. But it's also not for the benefit of your life. So if something is like, oh, it's not really benefiting me. It's not really harming me, but it's not benefiting me either. That is harming you. Get it out. It is just doing a slow kill, right? Identify those places and do something about them. A lot of the stuff that, like I said, we took to dump could have been given to someone before it went bad. The coffee table was covered in so much, I don't even know, something that sits in a garage in cold weather, hot weather, cold. So it's gone through winter, then some, like all the seasons, feeling all that, coffee tables, doors, so much stuff could have been given had I caught it earlier. And this isn't just about physical, things. What are the things that you keep on your calendar just because? But it's wasted space and time that could be better devoted somewhere else. And by better devoted, I don't mean you now swap that from doing A to doing B, but actually using that time for you and your life and what matters to you. So where are the wasted spaces in your life? That's the second lesson. And the second thing that I thought about, like, man, where are the other garages? And are there any other garages in my life? Because if so, I need to deal with them ASAP. I think that was the last garage in my life, but it still is that good place for me to think about that. Where are the wasted spaces in your life? Okay. And number 3, the third lesson is, I say this at the end of every single podcast. I say, you have everything you need to have everything you want. And I say that because it's true. And I've been saying that to y'all for all this time. And it was true. I know it's true for me. It's true for you. But I've been saying, like I said, I didn't have a space for a tread. I wanted a tread. And the reason I didn't get a tread, I shared this earlier, is just because the one that I want, they don't have it right now. It won't be back in stock until their new tread comes out next year. So, but I wanted something that can really give me a place to work out and without needing to depend on running outside in the cold weather and in the dark. So the bike was an easy choice for me. But I've been saying I didn't have a space in my house for a tread or a bike. And all along, I had everything that I needed for everything that I wanted. It was right there downstairs. I had everything that I needed right under my office. In fact, my little quarter corner of the garage feels like 1,000 acres when I'm in there alone in the morning and in the afternoon, the evening, working out. It feels so special. It feels so sacred. I can go there to sweat, to cry, to think, to breathe, and everything in between in my space in that little quarter corner of the garage. I had all along what I had been asking for and looking for and saying, oh, in the next house, and the next house, and the next house, got to be space for this. And it was space right here. Where are those places where you haven't realized that you have everything you need to have everything you want? And, it may not look the way you want, but the way it looks here, like I can't even imagine what it would be like to have a whole garage or a whole basement. That quarter corner, I'm telling you, it feels like 1,000 acres because it is mine. It's such a sacred space for me, and I can't express it any further. It means so, so much to me, and I've had it all along. And all those wasted time where it could have been used, or that wasted time where that stuff could have gone and had a better life. Because I failed to see what was right there. I let a wasted space happen in my house. And I promise you, it will never, ever, as long as I live and breathe, happen again. And so I say that to share that with you so that if that's you, you can go and do something about it. So the 3 things, again, to recap, lessons from cleaning out my garage was, the first one is a literal one. Go clean up. Where are those places in your home? And then also, where are those places in your life? So we're now moving beyond the physical by doing an intention check around your home, your schedule, your commitments, your responsibility. What needs to go to the dump, which means you need to stop doing it. What needs to be donated, which means you need to delegate it, relinquish it, give it to somebody else. And what needs to be cleaned up and put to use where it belongs, literally and figuratively. Number 2, where are the wasted spaces in your life? Let's start looking for those and doing something about them. And number 3, remember that you have everything you need to have everything you want. Those are the 3 things that really came to my mind and just were reiterated for me. Is reiterate the word I meant? Sure, let's go with it. Re-emphasize for me as I went through this process recently of cleaning out the garage. And I just love it so much. So that's all I have for you today. I want to remind you, if you have not already taken our product quiz at Best Today Guide, I want you to go to besttodayguide.com/quiz. You can also go to besttodayguide.com. It's right there under Start Here. We've created a quiz for you, 7 short questions. Right now it's 7 short questions to help you determine what product is best for you right now based on your answers to those questions. And I'm telling y'all, I put a lot of work onto this on the back end to make sure you got accurate results. If you have not, come over to Best Today and placed an order, go to get this quiz right now. It's going to tell you exactly what you need, where to start, what's best for you. So go take that quiz right now, besttodayguide.com/quiz. And I want to remind you that there is a community waiting to support you at the Best Today membership community. So go to besttodaycommunity.com and join us. You can choose to join month to month or annually. I'm going to tell you, we've seen a lot of people come in month to month. They realize, I love it here, I want to be here. And then they go to annual because you do save when you do that. So I want to remind you of those 2 things, as well as Clean One Room and Plans Be Done. If you are in need of either of those resources, they are all going to be linked in today's show notes at besttodayguide.com/41. However we can be a help to you at Best Today, we are only an email away. Thank you so much for being present with me for this week's episode of the Best Today podcast. Until next time, remember that you are capable and worthy of being your best one today at a time, and you have everything you need to have everything you want. So go on and shout it out as you live it out. This is what my best today looks like. I'll talk to you in the next episode. If you enjoyed this week's episode of the Best Today podcast, you are going to love the Best Today Guide. Our Better Than a Planner guide teaches you how to get clear on what you want,
identify your self-destructive habits and behaviors, and intentionally create space to prioritize yourself every single day. Don't go the journey to being your best one today at a time without the Best Today Guide. See inside its pages and order yours today at besttodayguide.com. Even better, when you order the Best Today Guide, we gift you with your first month free inside of the Best Today membership. So what are you waiting for? We're giving you everything you need to trade busy for intention. Go to besttodayguide.com and order yours today and join thousands of women across the globe proclaiming each day, this is what my best today looks like.